Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to Enriched Lives, where you're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. That's right. You're worthy, you're blessed, and you are a creator. Hello, I'm Brother Charles, your host, and we have fantastic topics for discussion. And today is no different. We have another fantastic topic for discussion. But before we get into our discussion, let me say this to you. If today is the day that you arrived upon the planet, let me say this to you. A happy birthday to you. That's right. Happy birthday to you. Why? Because God didn't make any junk. God didn't make any junk. You are somebody. You deserve the best, my friend. You do. You deserve the best. You are somebody, okay? Let no one tell you that you're not good enough. That's what this program is on. This program is about you. It's not about anybody else but you. Nothing's going to get better in your life until what? You get better. That's right. We believe that. We know that. And it's a fact. Things not going to get better for you until you get better. Therefore, we stress emphasis upon you becoming the individual, the being that God put you here to be. You are somebody. We have another fantastic topic for discussion today, and that, my friends, is complaining. That's right, complaining. Do you complain? We've all complained about something at some time or another in our life. You come upon this planet, you have found something to complain about. That's right. But we want to have an antidote for complaining. But before we do, let's look at our scriptural background for this particular topic. And we like to look at Psalms 144, Psalms 144 and 14. That is a biblical scripture. But we want to put emphasis on one particular part of that scripture. And this is what we're dealing with. Complaining. And it reads thus, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in nor going out, that there be no complaining in our streets. No complaining. Isn't that wonderful? Well, what is complaining? What is complaining? Well, complaining is simply finding fault. That's all. It is simply finding fault. You find something wrong. You gotta find something wrong. You're not happy with. It's finding fault. That's all it is in a sense. But some of the things that we complain about, really, we want to really sit down and look at this real closely and say, hey, why am I complaining about something like this? Well, let's ask ourselves a question. Is this something that I can control? If it's not, why am I complaining about it? Is this something that's totally out of my power to influence one way or the other? If not so, then why am I complaining? Let's look at some things that people complain about. They complain about the weather. Oh, yeah, we complain about the weather. It's too hot today, too cold, it's too hot, it's too cold. It's always something about the weather. And the thing you do about that, my friend, but get out of it. If it's too hot, find you some shade. If it's too cold, find you some heat. It's not a hard process, It's very simple. Why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? It's very interesting that people want to complain about everything. Oh, we got some topics that we can complain about. Politics is one of we can complain about politics all day. And not only that, we can complain about the educational system. We have so many things. We can complain about our job. We can complain about the people on our job. We complain. But today we want to say, hey, I don't need to complain. It's 2022. I'm still here. Hey, I'm still here. God left you here for a purpose, and He leave you to be complaining. No, He left you here to live. One of the most intriguing things to me that's so interesting that people, well, you're going to die, you're going to die. I hear this rhetoric all the time about people. Yeah, everybody's going to die. You can't get up. You can't get up. If you were born, you're going to die. I mean, that's just a common thing. The point is, are you living? That's the main thing. Jesus said, I've come that they may what? Have life and have it what? More abundantly. Are you living? Or are you complaining and talking about how bad things are, terrible things? Okay, well, do the best you can with you. Your joy should not be predicated upon something on the outside. Your joy is inside of you. Your happiness is inside of you. Once you get this in, you won't be worried about what's going on the outside. But here's the thing, that whatever you feed, that's what's going to grow. That's what's going to grow. Now, complaining is very detrimental to you. I mean, it's detrimental to the point that it affects your blood pressure, it affects your blood sugar, it affects your immune system. Complaining, see, complaining is something that hurts you in the long run. In essence, it's slow poison. That's what it is. It's slow poison. It's slowly killing you. You're constantly complaining. See, what happens is that we develop the habit of complaining all the time. We develop the habit of complaining about this and complaining about that, not realizing that we are conquerors. We are overcomers. See, Conquerors don't complain. Victors don't complain. Losers complain. See, there's a difference. There's a difference in what your status is. Are you a winner or a loser? Are you always complaining? I recall very vividly there was this particular lady, and she would come to the meetings that we were having. Everybody would just drop their head to see her because she was complaining about something. You know, people that complain all the time, they bring negative vibes with them, and when you have those type of people around, it affects you. It brings you down. It brings you down. So here's a thing for you to do. If you got a friend that's always complaining, now this is what you're going to have to do, my friend, whether you like it or not. For your benefit, for the betterment of you, break away from that person. Break away from that person. I'm just being upfront with you. You don't need to be around nobody complaining all the time because it's going to be a damper on you. You heard those saying, birds of a feather flock together. Association brings on assimilation. Who you hang around? If you're not 6 feet sharp, you'll start complaining yourself. Why? Because you run around with people that complain. And people that complain, they're always complaining. The folks that they run around with are what? Always complaining about this and complaining about that. You remember there was a fictional character called Superman. And Superman was a fictional character. This guy would run into the phone booth and change clothes and fly into the sky. He was Superman. He could stop a locomotive. He could move buildings. He was super strong. This was a fictional character called Superman. But the thing that was so intriguing about Superman was that there was something, one particular piece of metals item that would bring him down. It was called kryptonite. Kryptonite would knock all the strength out of Superman. Superman was just, it would kill him, you know. So Superman had to get away around wherever there was some kryptonite. Superman had to get away around that kryptonite, man. Why? Because it would take him on out. So kryptonite was his poison. It was his weakness. It was kryptonite. But now, here's the situation for you. How can I stop complaining? What do I need to do to stop complaining? Hey, I'm glad you come. I'm glad you tuned in. I'm glad you listened. Why? I've got a remedy for you. I've got the antidote for complaining. That's right. We have the antidote for complaining. Well, what is it? Simply put, and I want you to take this antidote. I want you to take this antidote 3 times a day. I guarantee you it will solve your complaining problem. It will. Your complaining cannot stand in the presence of this particular antidote. It dissolves it. It dissolves it. It's just like kryptonite was to Superman. This is what this dissolves complaining. It is a cure. It's a cure for complaining. What is that? Well, it's gratitude. It is gratitude. 3 times a day. I want you to say this. Find you 5 things that you're grateful for. Get up and say them the first thing in the morning. Say them at noon. Say them at night. Gratitude. It will dissolve all of your complaining, my friend. When you stop, when you realize how grateful you are for the things that you have going for you. And you know what? I'm thankful. I'm thankful I have help. I'm thankful that things are going. I'm thankful I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful I have a job. I'm thankful I have friends. I'm thankful I have family. I have so many things to be thankful for. When you start to focusing on what you have to be thankful for, what you're grateful for, guess what? Complaining goes out the door. See, so you become that light that shines in the midst of all darkness. See, complaining comes out of darkness. It comes out of fear, You're afraid. You see yourself as a victim. You're complaining all of the time. That's what complaining is all about. It's about seeing yourself not good enough. It's about seeing yourself and saying, I can't do this. Well, they doing that. We can't do nothing about it. You complain about that. See, so no, what you want to do is eliminate that particular way of thinking. See, once you become aware of the fact that you're complaining, then you can correct that. You can correct that what? By simply seeing the things that you're grateful for. See, gratitude is kryptonite to complain. That's what it is. It dissolves it. Okay. So people that are constantly being grateful and thankful all the time, it helps you become better. It calms your blood pressure. It puts you back in balance. See, whereas when this particular hormone called cortisol, and complaining weakens that, which means what? It causes your blood pressure to go up and causes all kind of other diseases to come in on your immune system. It weakens you. So therefore, when you complain, you don't do anything for yourself, but you're really slowly killing yourself. So therefore, my friend, in 2022, you know what to do. Say, hey, I'm not going to complain. Well, they did all this. Well, that's all right. I'm not going to complain about that. See, you have to understand. Your complaining comes out of what you're feeding. If you're feeding your fears are going to constantly reinforce the concept of complaining. And when you're constantly complaining, my friend, then you are in a state of misery and pain. Why? You're not happy. You can't be happy complaining. So in 2022, what am I going to do? I am not going to complain. This is going to be one of my goals. What? To not complain in 2022. My friends, if you have gotten anything out of this, like this particular program, and share it, matter of fact, we could look for subscribers. Subscribe to this program. We have these tapes coming out every week, and it's about you be getting better. That's all it is, my friend. So we want you to understand that we don't want you complaining. And you're bigger than that. Whatever it is you complain about, you're bigger. You're bigger than that. It falls into one or two categories. You can either do something about it or you can't. If it's in your power to change it. If it's not in your power, don't worry about it. It'll get solved. Whatever it is. So, 2022, you know what to do. Stop complaining. I'm not going to complain in 2022. Until next time, this is Brother Charles with Enriched Lives. May love, joy, peace, and happiness forever be with you as you walk upon this good earth that God has given us. And you, my friend, you be blessed. And we thank you for tuning in and tell someone else about this program. We enjoy you. May God bless you.